Lee and Joe Rexrode on Nashville's best sports talk.
ESPN
102.5 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
And welcome into the Friday edition of Robby and Rexrode here on ESPN 102.5 The Game, brought to you by Volunteer State Bank. Real people, real solutions right here. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Robby Stanley alongside Joe Rexrode and Michelle Knezovic here with you on this Friday morning in Nashville, Tennessee. Joe, what's going on? How we doing?
Doing all right. Feel bad for Michelle because she doesn't get the free breakfast that's in her apartment.
Oh, that's a tough one.
This morning.
Chick-fil-A starts at 8 a.m., so obviously we will be on the air.
Yeah, that does you no good.
And Will and I were just having a nice conversation about Thanksgiving food before you guys got here. Wow, I'm hungry, and wow, I cannot wait for Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
It's coming.
We're close. Less than a week away.
And macaroni is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big discussion. He said it's a controversial topic if macaroni and cheese is a Thanksgiving food.
I mean, macaroni and cheese is an every meal food if you can work it in there. So,
Breakfast,
yes, I count it for Thanksgiving.
Dinner.
Yeah.
We didn't have that growing up much, but I feel like it's been a long time now that it's pretty much been a staple. I don't know when that started as a staple.
But it was a good move.
Maybe Katie brought it into my life. I don't know. But yeah, I think it should definitely be part of it.
Yeah.
See, my family doesn't do it, but I'm so not against it. So I think maybe that'll be an addition this year.
There you go. As long as you have the number one thing, of course, which we can all agree on, this is not controversial at all. Green bean casserole is the number one thing at Thanksgiving.
Elite.
No, but it's good.
Oh, it's elite? I don't think it's number one.
But you haven't had mine with bacon.
Oh, you put bacon in yours?
Oh,
That's
hell
pretty
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Yes.
You guys are just trying to make me really hungry this morning. Okay.
Okay, but at least no one here is against green bean casserole.
No.
Because there's some people who are against it, and that bothers me. However, and I know this is like, we don't want to go down this rabbit hole necessarily today, I absolutely hate the cranberry stuff.
Oh, stop it.
Hate it.
Joe.
My dad used to eat just the whole thing, you know, of the cranberry. Not the whole thing, but he ate a lot. And I was just like, I don't get it. I don't get the cranberry.
I like it. It's fine.
Yeah?
It's not my favorite, but I like it.
I love it.
I don't touch it. Yeah? And do you have it more like the gelatin or more like the, lumpy
Just the canned stuff. The gelatin.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice little sweet with the salty and all that.
Okay. Well, we don't totally agree, but for the most part, we're on the same page.
I've got a bone to pick with the ESPN top 10 people. I'm legitimately upset about this.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
You got Conor McDavid last night, who is, as I said the other day, the best player in professional sports right now. And it may not be close. He's unbelievable what he's doing. Another highlight reel goal last night. If you've missed it, go check it out. Conor McDavid, just incredible last night against the Winnipeg Jets. Number 3 on the top 10. And the 2 plays in front of him. A dunk in basketball, which grinds my gears. People dunk all the time in high-level college basketball in the NBA. Unless you're dunking over 2 people, I don't really want to see it in the top 10. Or, like we saw the other day with, I think, the Hornets against the Grizzlies, where you got to reach back and grab one from the side of the stadium and put it in. I'm cool with that. Other than that, I don't really want to see a dunk in the top 10. And then terrible tackling by the Duke defense, the number 1 play.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the number 1 play. I mean, I think the dunk was top 10 worthy. It was a very emphatic in-your-face dunk. So low top 10, fine. And it was a good run by the Louisville quarterback. But, yeah, McDavid. Louisville quarterback. Louisville quarterback. But, yeah, Conor McDavid, that's absolutely the number 1 play. It's not quite as good as this ridiculous goal from last week when he went through an entire team, but it was close.
It's going to be, I guess, a weekly thing with him.
It's pretty sick. I hadn't thought about it in those terms. Best player in professional sports. It's hard to argue with that right now. Steph Curry would make a little run at him, and but I think it's pretty unbelievable what he's doing.
You want some FanDuel Sportsbook advice? Take a look at the odds on Conor McDavid every day to score a goal. It's usually plus 120 or something like that for a goal. More times than not, taking that will work out well for you.
Yeah.
I did that last night. Worked out well for me.
Nice. Behind you right now is Steph Curry going for 40 as the Warriors outscored the Cavs 36-8 in the fourth. They were down 13 going to the fourth.
You watching every game this year?
36-8. No,
You gonna
I don't
you
know
gonna
what
get
that was on.
the package?
You know, gosh, I've
He's
been
thinking about
asked.
it. The wheels are turning.
It's been requested. It's probably a bad decision, right?
I don't know.
I mean, they're on all the time anyway. They're on
a lot.
TNT or ESPN half their games, right?
Yeah.
Can miss a few.
NBA League Pass. Watch any game you want.
I know. It is pretty sweet.
We've done that a few times. It's
Have
pretty
you?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your Heat all the time.
Oh yeah.
Who's the Heat local announcers?
Tony, what's his last name? No, he's gone now. Eric Reed is the play-by-play. He's pretty good, and they've got a new color guy in there.
A former player? Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it is.
Okay.
But I've not had League Pass since the new guy has come in.
Sometimes that makes a big difference for people, to have the
Yeah, see,
whatever. Yeah. Okay.
So can you give me your login once you get it, Joe?
see how that goes.
Oh, believe me, with Sunday Ticket, I get bumped off and like, hey, are you on my ticket? Got some friends using the login.
Gotta love it. Speaking of Sunday Ticket, guess you didn't need it last night to watch the Patriots play, but my goodness, 25-0, the final score last night. The Patriots just manhandled the Atlanta Falcons. Our buddy Mack Jones, 22 of 26, 207, a touchdown, 1 interception. But the story of the game, the Patriots defense just absolutely suffocating Atlanta, Matt Ryan, and that Falcons offense. No Cordero Patterson, but probably wouldn't have mattered last night in the way that Patriots defense was playing. They look awfully impressive right now, Joe Rexrode.
They do. I mean, their front is good. And, yeah, long way to go on seeing what happens with Bud Dupree. But Matthew Judon was one of those possibilities, which I believe someone may have said was the top choice. But he looks awfully good at that defense. I mean, Christian Barmore looks good in that defense. Godshow. I mean, Kyle Van Noy's running around making plays. Very good defense. Also, though, right now, very bad offense.
Yep.
I mean, so I got to find this stat. It's pretty remarkable, and it goes beyond what the Patriots did last night. Like the Falcons in the last 2 games, of course, have scored a total of 3 points. I think they've gone 20 straight possessions without a point. That's incredible. And, yeah, so they haven't scored a touchdown in 130 minutes and 39 seconds of game time. Been outscored 89-6. And, so it's funny because last night was kind of a Titans reunion, right? All these former Titans. One, I thought Dean Pease is the only reason that game was, close. I don't know how. That guy, somehow he dials up these blitzes that a quarterback just doesn't see so often. And if not for that, it's really a blowout. And 2, Arthur Smith. All this talk about Arthur Smith and he's gone and how much is that going to affect Tannehill? I don't think any less of Arthur Smith as a play caller, as an OC, or all that stuff. But they're a good example of if you can't block, call whatever you want.
Yep.
Throw it with whoever you want, throw it to whoever you want. If you can't block, you're in trouble. And certainly that's a very good front, too. So the combination was lethal for the Falcons.
I mean, there was one play that Judon made last night, a sack of Matt Ryan, and it was just straight up ole by the Falcons offensive line. It was something like Matt Ryan was laying on the ground, just looking up in the sky like, okay, I don't know what to do here. Good to see Josh Rosen and Felipe Franks get in there last night too. They looked pretty good.
Unbelievable. Boom, pick for Rosen, and then I guess Arthur Smith's like, all right, you're out. Felipe, get in there, boom.
Immediate interception.
Immediate interception for both. That's a good stat from Mike Sando of The Athletic. The last time 3 quarterbacks threw interceptions for the same team in the same game, do you know?
No.
Ryan Leaf, Jim Harbaugh, and Moses Moreno for the Chargers against the Dolphins in the year 2000.
Of course.
That's some outstanding stat finding. I mean, I did not have any idea that was a QB room in 2000 with the Chargers. Ryan Leaf, Jim Harbaugh, Moses Moreno. Holy cow, that's amazing.
Jonnu Smith, 1 reception for 17 yards last night. Former Titan Tajay Sharp, 2 catches, 21 yards for the Falcons as well. So you mentioned a little bit of a reunion. Arthur Smith, obviously Dean Pease as well. Good to see Jonnu get back in there last night. He's not been much of a factor so far this year for the Patriots, which I think is a little surprising given the fact that they don't have a ton of weapons offensively.
I know. And he looks like Jonnu when he has the ball. He had the little screen early, looked good. the pick Mack Jones threw was to him.
Yep.
Maybe he could have come back for the ball a little bit better. But, yeah, I'm puzzled by how little production he's had, and I think he'd have more here. I mean, Titans could use him, but it's still a good weapon. Henry and Smith, and then they've got their receivers are okay. I mean, Aguilar is actually a nice pickup for them for sure. N'Keal Harry guy I always thought would be good, but boy, they are physical up front and they can run it. And Titans, because we can look past games.
Yep,
they're going to need to be on their game in New England next week.
They are.
And by the way, they get a nice break and a little extra time to prepare for the Titans now.
Mack Jones, I know they're not asking him to do a ton in terms of pushing the ball down the field, and we just talked about the weapons offensively for the Patriots. It's not a ton there, but I mean 22 of 26, 207, a touchdown and an interception. Mack Jones has been pretty good so far this year. I think by far the best rookie quarterback thus far.
He has been. He's also the rookie quarterback in the best position, but yeah, I mean he's still performed the best. I'm trying to think of all those other guys. Is anyone else supported like him with the run game and with the defense? Who would be next closest? I mean,
That's
like
question.
The Bears have an okay D, although it's a disappointing D.
It's getting a lot worse.
Yeah. I mean, most of them are in like rookie QB, high draft pick positions, right? Like
yeah.
where, like, I mean, I don't know if Zach Wilson's gonna be good, but I'm withholding judgment based on that bleep show. So it's a much better situation than I think anybody else has. But still, I agree. He's gets the ball out fast. He's accurate. The pick was, he got baited a little bit on the pick. He looked like a little bit of a rookie, but I mean, NFL quarterbacks throw picks. For the most part, you could see where that could be heading in a pretty good direction for the Pats. Are they better than the Bucs? Because it's always the question, right?
I don't think so.
Probably not. But at least it's all the Belichick. It was all Brady. At least that can quiet down a little bit.
It's quiet down a little bit.
I mean, it was never true. They were both very good.
Yes. Joe Rexrode taking another opportunity to disparage Tom Brady.
I did not disparage him at all. I did not disparage him whatsoever. I'm just saying he's not the only reason they were good. By the way, Tom Brady's throwing to a fake vax card guy.
Apparently.
So, yeah. Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
That's what his former chef alleges in the Tampa Bay Tribune.
I guess we'll wait and see on the old Antonio Brown front, which, by the way, it is Antonio Brown, not A.J. Brown, as TD was having to fight somebody off on Twitter yesterday.
What?
That they put up the video of A.J. Brown talking yesterday about mental health.
Yeah.
And like somebody responded on Twitter to TD and was like, well, this is a nice cover for him being a fake vaxxer.
Oh,
and I was like, that's not the same guy, man. A.J. Brown, Antonio Brown, two completely different people.
Social media stupidity, undefeated. Wow, I missed that one.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff. We're off and running here today on Robby and Rexrode, taking your thoughts on our text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com, 615-737-1025, 615-737-1025. We will get into the Titans coming up next, including more debate on Ryan Tannehill. That's on the other side. This is Robby and Rexrode here on ESPN 1025, The Game.
That's Jeffrey Simmons who's having the night of night.
Can Jeffrey Simmons and the Titans defense rise up again on their home turf?
Touchdown, Anthony Auclair.
Or will the one-win Texans have other ideas?
No can do.
Tune in all day Monday for full reaction to Titans-Texans. We are Nashville's best sports talk.
ESPN
1025 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Racetrack's new waffle breakfast sandwich will satisfy whatever you're craving in the morning. With golden waffles and melty, hearty goodness of sausage, egg, and cheese, it'll be love at first bite. Only $2.99 for a limited time.
Gary Ashton here. Most people in Nashville know me as the don't sell without the intel and the guaranteed offer guy. But despite my accent, I'm also 100% guaranteed Nashville. I'm a guaranteed musician, a guaranteed dog lover, and you're also guaranteed to see me at every Titans and Preds game. Guaranteed offer means the Gary Ashton team with RE/MAX Advantage will sell your house for top dollar with no cleaning, staging, showings, or open houses, and give you up to 90 days to close. So there's plenty of time to find your next home. Guaranteed Nashville means my team lives here and loves it here. We've served Nashville for over 20 years, and we're passionate about helping the people we call neighbors and friends, which is why we've had a long-standing tradition of donating to the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. If you're thinking about a guaranteed offer, get the only one that's guaranteed Nashville. Request a no-obligation offer by calling 615-301-1650 or go to GaryAshton.com today. Remember, Gary Ashton, guaranteed Nashville.
Last year, Nashville SC shattered the expectations in Major League Soccer.
Nashville SC dumping Toronto out of the playoffs.
Now they're back for more. Nashville SC is back in the Audi MLS Cup playoffs, and you can cheer for the boys in gold here at Nissan Stadium. Get your tickets now for round 1 to see Nashville SC face off against Orlando City SC on November 23rd at 7 p.m. Tickets start at just $24, so come be a part as the boys in gold look to bring a championship to Nashville. Get your tickets at NashvilleSC.com/tickets. Everyone in.
No need to stand in line waiting for the deals this year. Black Friday shopping starts early at Electronic Express. Huge savings on 4K TVs, computers, laptops, tablets, speakers, headphones, and more. Upgrade your kitchen just in time for Thanksgiving with up to 40% off all appliances. Plus, buy now, pay later with up to 36 months free financing. It's already Black Friday shopping season at Electronic Express. We make it happen.
Hey team, we landed the contract!
Yeah. Kaya's web design studio just landed the gig of a lifetime.
It starts next week.
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare.
We need front end, back end, a project manager.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Boys and Girls Clubs of Middle Tennessee ensures children and teens, especially those who need us most, are ready to read, ready for class, ready to graduate, ready for their career, and ready to serve the community. You can support local youth and their great futures by donating at bgcmt.org.
If you've missed any of today's show, just search Robby and Rexrode on Apple, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform.
Welcome back in, Robby and Rexrode here on ESPN 102.5. The Game brought to you by Volunteer State Bank, conveniently serving Middle Tennessee with 13 locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Robby Stanley alongside Joe Rexrode and Michelle Knezovic. We are streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube today and every day. Our video streaming is brought to you by the law offices of Amanda Gentry. Take your thoughts on our text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com, 615-737-1025, 615-737-1025. Got a texter that says, I'm not a big Brady fan, but look what he's doing in Tampa with the sorry coach that he has now. 2 crying, laughing emoji faces. No respect for Bruce Arians there on the text line.
Big Bruce, Super Bowl champion Bruce Arians.
That's right.
What are we talking about here? No credit for him?
I like me some Bruce Arians. He's a good coach.
I think he's fine. He's a better coach than announcer.
Oh, hell. There's no doubt about that.
We need to keep him in coaching.
Yes. Just coach for as long as possible. And stay out of the booth.
That'd be great.
No. As we know, Joe Rexrode loves Tom Brady here on the show. So it's good stuff.
I mean, I did not at all disparage him that last. Like, you're taking my words out of context, media.
Being a little feisty.
I don't have a problem with Tom Brady at all.
Got a texter that says, do y'all think the Patriots are the team to beat, or are the Falcons just that bad?
I don't think the Patriots are the team to beat. Okay, let me start there. I think the Patriots are good, and they're getting better, and that's a Belichick thing. Good coach. It's a good coach thing. You know, I mean, I think in a lot of ways, despite the injuries, how much have we seen the Titans get better this year? I think quite a bit. So I do like what they do, and I like physicality. I like physicality, especially as the weather starts getting like this more and more, and we get into December and January. And they can run it. They got multiple backs, and they are really good on D. So, I mean, I think they're a factor. I like their chances to get in the playoffs. I'm very interested to see their next 2 games. They have the Titans, of course, next Sunday, Thanksgiving weekend Sunday, and then I think is it Monday night at Buffalo? Monday night game at Buffalo, or it's a game against Buffalo?
Yeah.
Titans-Bills, which –
Patriots-Bills.
I'm sorry. Titans. No, I mean Titans and Bills. Titans.
Yeah.
Bills.
Okay.
Yeah. For the Patriots next 2, and we'll learn a lot about them. So they're not the favorite. It's like you still, I think you got to, you're going to have to be able to, make plays through the air. And I think Mack Jones has been very good for a rookie. Is he ready to win multiple playoff games? I don't know. But I like their chances to be in the tournament, and I wouldn't necessarily relish playing them.
And speaking of quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill, under a lot of discussion right now from Titans fans and national media alike when it comes to what he's going to have to do to carry this team without Derrick Henry as they move forward the rest of the regular season. We've talked a lot about Ryan Tannehill this week, the season that he's had thus far, the expectations for him moving forward, and that's going to be a continual part of this conversation throughout the rest of the season without Derrick Henry in the fold. But the debate raging on, and you found some more stats that kind of highlight what Ryan Tannehill's been able to do so far this year.
Well, there's a lot. Mike Sando, and we could try to have him on, but it's 4:20 in the morning for him right now. Friend of the show. He's been a good sport and come on here from Seattle a couple times, but really good idea, okay, for this story at The Athletic about value added. Basically, value added to a quarterback by his defense and special teams. And it's interesting. He led with this conversation Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers had about their this game their teams had in 2007, which was like this defensive, all these crazy special teams plays. It's interesting because both those guys, for most of their careers, had to carry teams that weren't good in those areas.
Yep.
So what they did, this is True Media does this, and it's expected points added, which is an advanced stats thing, right? And it's it goes every play, okay? Like it takes each play in a game, and then you come away with like your expected points added from your defense, expected points added from your special teams, and this is a look at 41 quarterbacks who have started at least 3 seasons in the past decade. So we're talking a pretty big sample size of quarterbacks who have started at least 3 seasons and what their special teams did for them and defense did for them, okay? And if you – and, he combined them into a ranking. So just throw it out to you. Now, I know that's a big – sample size, so it's a lot of people, but who would you guess number one of quarterbacks who have gotten the most support from defense and special teams over the past decade would be?
Brady.
He's very high. Number one is actually Joe Flacco, which makes a lot of sense if you think about it. But there you go. There's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and why was he a Super Bowl winning quarterback? I mean, it wasn't like because Joe Flacco's incredible. He's starting Sunday, by the way, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, boy. Brady, and by the way, keep going down the list. Top 5, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Both those guys, I mean, that totally adds up. Number 2, Josh Allen, who's number 1 this year. And by the way, that's another reason why, if anyone likes the Bills to make the Super Bowl, I mean, they have a well-rounded team in that way. Mitch Trubisky. There's another guy who has been very supported. So Tom Brady comes in 6 on this list.
Okay.
Now let's go way down the list. Again, 41 quarterbacks over these. Number 33, Peyton Manning.
Wow.
With an average rank between those two of 20.5 in the league. Brady's 9.7.
I don't guess I would have thought that when his Denver years in terms of that defense and what he played with.
Right. Well, I agree. I mean, that was a great defense. So that kind of I think what that is the late years with the Colts were that bad, right?
Yep.
But with Peyton, because he's only at the beginning of this time frame they're looking at, you could kind of look at that and say, But you could also look at his entire career with the Colts and it wasn't great. But Brady, look, it's not just him. I mean, last year it was hugely about other parts of that team too. But
a great motivator, though.
Well, of course, and that's what this. There's no stat here that tells you about all the wonderful conversation he has that get people fired up. But Tannehill obviously is you look through all this stuff, and Tannehill is lower than Peyton. Or no, I'm sorry, not lower than Peyton, but he's 24th.
Okay.
And if you go through Tannehill's year by year, it's really interesting because this year he's finally getting. So if you go through, the average rank, okay, year after year, it's like the Dolphins, pretty bad. And last year, the Titans, 27 in the league. 27 out of 32 in the league when you talk about defense and special team support.
I believe it.
And, offensive rank, Titans, 2.
Yeah.
I mean, so, of course, it wasn't just Tannehill. Obviously, it's Derrick Henry. But this year, you're 9. You go from 27 up to 9. So, one is you got to keep in perspective all the aspects of what makes a team successful, and why the Titans are where they are is because that has changed so dramatically. So overall, though, if you want to look at Ryan Tannehill, you have to keep that in mind when you evaluate him. But another thing here, and you tell me if I'm being a hypocrite because I rip on Pro Football Focus, but John Glennon does have a good piece with some interesting numbers about Tannehill. And I think the biggest takeaway for me is the pass protection, which matches up. This is Pro Football Focus. Is it hypocritical to cite Pro Football Focus?
No, you do whatever you want.
Well, it might be. But my big problem with Pro Football Focus is the individual player grades that come out 5 minutes after a game,
right,
when you don't know what their assignments are. And you don't know a lot about what you're just watching a game on TV and you're giving individual grades. That's stupid. Now, can you look at an entire pass protection was good or bad? You can count up how many times a DB was targeted. They do some useful things. I think an overall offensive line pass protection grade, either you gave up pressure or you didn't. I think you can count that up.
Sure.
So right now the Titans are 4th worst in the league, which totally matches up what we've seen. They are 51.3 grade, whatever the heck that means. The number, I don't know. But it's 4th worst in the league, and that matches up. Last year, they were 74-9, which was 12th best. And remember, they were. I promise you that was way better before Taylor Lewan got hurt.
Yeah.
So they've also dropped 18 passes this season, tied for 6th most in the NFL. So there's a lot of things. And it's interesting. You have this. You have what's wrong with Tannehill, and then you have Tannehill MVP. It's all over the map on him.
It is very all over the map on him. We'll get your thoughts on Ryan Tannehill on our text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com, 615-737-1025, 615-737-1025. That's coming up next. Do you want to win a pair of tickets to see Dierks Bentley at Bridgestone Arena coming up on Friday, February 25th? Well, head on over to YouTube, subscribe to the 1025 The Game YouTube page, and you'll enter for your chance to see Dierks Bentley live. Once you subscribe, email us at promotions@cromwellmedia.com with your YouTube handle. One winner will be chosen on Monday, November 22nd. We'll be right back. Robby and Rexrode here on ESPN 1025 The Game.
Hey, I'm Ryan Johansson, and this is Smashville.
It's off to the side for Johansson, and he scores! And the Predators are on the board.
You're listening to the flagship of the Nashville Predators radio network. ESPN 1025 The Game.
With certified refurbished from eBay, you can enjoy summer with up to 50% savings on top brands like Bose, Works, iRobot, and more. Go full on summer with half off top brands. Shop Memorial Day savings at eBay.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with Social Furniture and save up to 70% off all furniture. They have sofas, sectionals with chase lounge, and recliners that are all push-button electric and wall away. They have all colors to choose from for your comfort watching any hockey game. All of them are plus leather, microfiber, and Chanel's. They have same-day delivery with no down payments and no interest. Forget the big box store. Support local. Support social. Social Furniture is a proud supporter of your Nashville Predators.
Your chance to get that rare, hard-to-find luxury timepiece is here at Genesis Diamonds. This weekend at Genesis, we're hosting the largest luxury pre-owned Rolex event ever held in Tennessee, just in time for the holidays. Genesis has found and purchased a spectacular selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches, all the hottest models that people wait years for, and we're showcasing them all this weekend. Hulks, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, rare luxury timepieces you can't find anywhere else. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come early early, get the first pick, and get 60 months financing. How about a luxury pre-owned two-tone Submariner for only $299 a month, or a ladies 36mm date just for only $199 a month? Also for this event, our pre-owned Rolex buyers are on site, offering top dollar for your luxury pre-owned Rolex. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in Tennessee and take advantage of special financing this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at Genesis Diamonds, your new home for luxury pre-owned Rolexes.
Nobody protects you from mayhem in Nashville like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state, based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Nobody protects you from mayhem in Nashville like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Hey Nashville, Vanderbilt football coach Clark Lee here, inviting you to tune in on ESPN 94.9 every Monday at 6 p.m. for the Commodore Hour, providing you with exclusive insights on Vanderbilt athletics.
Hey Nashville, this is Rick Stockstill, and you're listening to Nashville's best sports talk, ESPN 102.5 The Game.
Yeah, I think I said this a couple weeks ago. The shame of it is Ryan's stats aren't telling the story of Ryan's season. He is having a much better season than statistical rankings. He's extremely tough, not just physically, but his mindset. He's consistent. He's the same guy in here every single day. He works his tail off. He's staying late, which quarterbacks do. And I'm just, again, really fortunate, honored, and blessed to be working with him, running this offense, because you couldn't ask for a more high-character guy and a tougher guy to be leading this offense on the field.
That was Titans offensive coordinator Todd Downing yesterday, speaking about Ryan Tannehill and the toughness, both physically and mentally, that he's brought to the table. Welcome back in, Robby and Rexrode, ESPN 102.5 The Game, brought to you by Volunteer